1. Blast off.
Yay!
Yay! Here we are, everybody. Global Party 2017. We're with Vanessa Naja in California, USA. And this is Soul, Love, Dance. And are you ever in for a great experience? How about we say that? Because you will probably want to get out of your seats and start dancing when you see what Vanessa has to offer. But right now, we're just going to start with the beginning of the story. So Vanessa, how is it that you began this healing of moving from traditional dance to belly dance?
Well, I have been dancing my whole life, and my mom was a dancer. And after college, I needed something to really pour all my energy into. And I had been wanting to learn how to belly dance for a really long time. And I always said I was going to do it. And finally, after I graduated, I found a teacher, and I just so happened to really luck out that she's like one of the most amazing teachers out there. Mm-hmm. And I just fell in love with it. And I started taking every single class that she offered every week. I was there all the time. I was practicing nonstop. And I found belly dance so healing on so many levels. It really helped connect me so deeply to my body, to make peace with my body, to make peace with other women, and to just dance for the fun of it and for the love of it, and just to be present. And it was really an amazing transformation for me.
What was the first thing that you really noticed when you were introduced to it compared to, because like I think of belly dancing as very free flowing, and typical dance is very, although it looks beautifully and flowing, it seems like a ballerina, you know?
So it is very free flowing, and that was one of the things I noticed. And the other thing that I noticed is that it is a dance style that encompasses all groups, all ages, all sizes. There is no discrimination in belly dance. And I have seen it help so many women really just fall in love with themselves and with their bodies, and just to accept themselves for who they are and not try to pour themselves into some mold of what they think they're supposed to be. Right. And that is just really true freedom and love and joy.
So all body types.
All body types.
And you have a supportive community that respects all body types.
Yes.
Yes. And you can dance with whatever you would like to wear.
Exactly. And it is truly beautiful. You know, some of the best and most amazing dancers that I know are women that are plus sized. Mm-hmm. And what they can do with their bodies and how they celebrate their bodies is just phenomenal. And it is so beautiful to watch. And you don't really see that in a lot of other dance forms.
Yeah, that reminds me, there's a plus size clothing company now, and they have some young dancer who has started a dance group. And she always wanted to be a dancer, but she couldn't, as in like hip hop sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's the first sort of, you know, in media, something like that. So to me, belly dancing is very feminine. So is there a history of how belly dancing relates to femininity?
So that when you research the history of belly dance, you'll actually come up with a lot of different stories and different thoughts of where it originated. And I actually think it's kind of like a zeitgeist, like it started in different places at the same time. And one of the things that is said about belly dance is that it was done in preparation for childbirth. And so a lot of the undulating movements and that control over the abdominals was to help with labor and birthing a baby. So that is one of the ways that it does relate to femininity.
Okay, so I can hear some of the younger women going, but I don't want to get pregnant. So
But you don't have to. It is super fun and healing. I've never been pregnant. I don't have any children. And I love to belly dance, even though I am not preparing for childbirth.
Okay, so that's good for everybody to know. Okay, so it's not like loosening up and you're...
Yeah. And it is also a really great workout for core strength. And we all know how important that is to just general back health. And yeah, core strength, really important on so many levels.
Well, I would expect that it's a lot more fun to, feel that tightness in your core as you're moving to the music than it is to be on the floor doing sit-ups or even some, yoga stretches or Pilates.
I completely agree. And I have actually been a Pilates teacher for over 12 years now. And all of my core work is belly dance. I have to admit, I belly dance for my core work. I don't do crunches or curls or the traditional Pilates stuff.
So that, I'm sure it takes a lot of work to master the shimmy, right? That's the one that we probably all, if you've had any experience watching belly dancers, that is the one where the hips are going, right?
Yes. So just like with anything, practice pays off, and it does take a little bit of practice to master these movements. And actually, speaking of the shimmy, I have a little video series. It's free, and you can get it on my website, soulofdance.com. And one of the videos is teaching and practicing the shimmy. And I talk more about it in there. It is one of those things, if you've never done it before, at first, it's going to feel really weird. It's not going to look the way you want it to look. However, when you practice it, it gets better every day. And eventually you're shimmying and you won't even remember what it was like before you knew how.
Yeah. So is that the part where you have to learn how to do the figure 8 too? Or is that is that just
so the figure 8 is a different movement. There are various different types of figure 8 movements in belly dance. So that's a little bit different from the shimmy.
Okay.
The shimmy is definitely the one that most people, shimmies and undulations are usually the ones that most people associate with belly dancing that are not that familiar with belly dance.
Okay. So you're in California and I'm in Canada. And how in the world am I going to learn how to belly dance when you're all the way over there?
Well, I am actually in the process of launching a brand new membership site, and it goes live in July, so we're not far off, where I teach belly dance as mindful movement, a way to connect your body, and for general health as well. And it's really wonderful for all kinds of people, but particularly this membership site is really great for people who sit a lot, online entrepreneurs, people that work in offices all day, so many of us that sit all the time. Because sitting, a lot of people don't know this, but it's actually one of the most dangerous things that we do. It's one of the unhealthiest things that we do. And the only way to counteract the damage caused by sitting is to get up and move regularly. So one of the things that I'm doing in this membership site is teaching movement in small, short chunks so people can take breaks throughout the day, get their fun little dance breaks in, get their movements in, counteract the negative effects of sitting. Mm-hmm. And if you use it regularly throughout the day, by the end of your workday, you're done with your workout too.
So for all of the solo entrepreneurs that are all online, all those women that have, downsized or decided that they needed to be at home and be with their family, you hear it constantly online that they're like, it's so easy to go to the kitchen or, to do those things. Here, it would just be as easy to get up and have a 5-minute dance break.
Exactly. And it's also really great for moms that have small children who don't necessarily have 30, 45 minutes at once to do movement, but they have 5 and some of the things they can do with their babies.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet you the kids would be loving it at the same time.
Exactly. And another thing that I did want to mention, so I used to struggle a lot with depression and anxiety, and one of the best ways that helped me manage that is through movement. And so another way that I like to use dance and movement is that if I am having a little down moment or I'm, feeling a little bit low and I just need a reset, I dance for 5 minutes and I immediately feel better.
Now, was that always the case when you did traditional dance too? Or is that something that is just you find more freeing now that it's belly dancing?
I think it's dancing and movement in general. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be dancing. It can be walking. It can be doing a quick yoga sequence. It can be whatever it is that you like to do. It's the movement aspect of it that's important. And for me, I just love to dance and I love to belly dance. So that's just how I happen to do it. I take dance breaks, but you can take yoga breaks, you can take stretch breaks, you can take walking breaks. Any of it will be really beneficial for mood.
Well, I can imagine that there's a lot of women out there that would love to be able to, have that grace that you see on a belly dancer, but that freedom that you've ever seen, and the movements and do you use those little thingies on your?
I do use the finger cymbals. I love them. It's actually super fun. You get to play an instrument while you're dancing. And I will eventually also be teaching that in the membership site. That's a little bit further down the road.
Right.
Yeah, finger cymbals are super, super fun. And in a lot of ways, it's a lost art because you don't see it that often anymore. But I absolutely love them. So you will definitely be seeing those.
And what about those, where do you get belly dance clothes? Like if you wanted, isn't there little skirts with, that shimmer too? Like when you're shimmering, they make the little,
So you can get in a lot of places. There are a lot of, if you're living in a city where there's more diversity, there are a lot of ethnic stores that sell those types of things. And you can also do a search online. Those are called coin belts or coin scarves. So there are a lot of places online where you can buy them as well. So I would just put in a Google search and see what you come up with.
So when you first started belly dancing, did you go get the garb or did you just, wear whatever?
I did get the garb. I did. So I will say that in my online videos, I'm not wearing a lot of the garb because the coin belts make noise and that definitely distracts from the audio. But if you're doing it at home, wear the garb. It makes it really fun. And the cool thing about coin belts is you can really feel the movement more on your body when you've got some stuff to swing around.
And I guess it's an added dimension with the sound too. When you dance in the sound, that it's part of coming out of your body's vibration.
Yep, absolutely.
So, and then there is true that dance really helps with the brain now. They've got all kinds of scientific evidence that is recognizing that the coordination of the brain and the body is really enhancing it to stay vital.
Yeah, it is actually really amazing some of the research that they've done. It's even been shown that dance helps with Alzheimer's and dementia. And anything that gets your blood moving is amazing for the brain. But dance in particular requires coordination because you're learning new steps and directions and doing different things with different parts of your body. So it's a really great way to build new brain synapses. And it's a wonderful way to help keep your brain young and healthy.
Yeah, so realistically, it sounds to me like basics, right? When you really talk about it, get up and move, right? Feel the music, dance, be free, allow yourself to experience your femininity. So we talked actually about, that it helps with childbirth, but have you had any experience with some of your clients that maybe they've had, we'll call them female issues, whether, and that the belly dancing has really helped them heal on that level?
Yes, actually, not only for my clients, but also for myself. And if you want to get more into the metaphysical aspects of belly dance and the chakra system, the energy centers in our body that also correlate to nerve plexuses and certain organ systems, belly dance can definitely, and I have seen this in myself and others, that if you learn a certain movement or really moving the pelvis and loosening up the tightness that is stored in the pelvis, it can bring up a lot of emotion and it can help you actually release a lot of stuff. So it is pretty amazing in that way.
Yeah, because you have to think about, you've got your base chakra, like the first three really are probably in the lower part of your core,
really,
right?
all of them though, because there's a lot of upper body movement too. Mm-hmm. So it's really great for just metaphysical alignment and physical alignment on all levels.
So that's perfect. And what about guys? Can guys belly dance?
There are actually a lot of men out there that are belly dancing. So yes, they absolutely can.
And do they have the same sort of metaphysical effects also? Or is it, do we have a benefit because it's...
I actually don't know about that. I do know, and I've had male students in the past that have really loved it. We do all have all 7 of those chakras. So I would imagine that yes. And yes, men can belly dance. And there are quite a few out there doing it. So that's another thing to look up on Google.
Yeah, thank heavens for Google. You know, that's
how did we ever live without it?
That's my good. Just ask Google. I mean, you might use a different search engine, but hey, okay, it's the same idea. I mean, it depends on the quality of the question you ask the universe. You get the answer right back at you.
Exactly.
So would you like to share with us some of your belly dancing?
I'd love to. So what I'm going to do is do a little fairly simple choreography. Mm-hmm. And this is actually a choreography that I'll be teaching in a 5-day challenge. I believe it starts on July 10th. Okay. And it's only about 5 movements that repeat over and over, and some of them have variations, but it's actually pretty simple to learn. It's super fun. It's really energizing and uplifting. And the song, which we can post in the comments later, is called Sultan's Dance by Solace. So get it set up really quickly and do a little dance for you guys, and feel free to join in.
Maybe I should be getting off the chair here. Yeah, I don't know.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
That's it. Whew. That does get your heart rate up and the sweat going a little bit.
Woo, that was great. Okay.
Thank you.
Even though I was up there dancing, my core was tightening with you. Okay. And, there you go. I was just living through you in that movement. And that's going to be, so you are going to teach whoever wants to learn it.
Whoever wants to join for free, 5-day online challenge.
And in 5 days, we're going to look like that?
Well, in 5 days, you'll know the choreography, and then you'll be encouraged to practice it regularly. And this is actually one that I and my friends use for an uplift whenever we need one. So some of my friends do dance. Mm-hmm. And that challenge, I believe it starts July 10th, which is a Monday. And if you want to find out more about it, you can go to my website, soullovedance.com, and enter your name and email, and then you'll be on the list to get all of that information.
That is awesome. Well, I can see that there's going to be lots of people that want to learn those ones because it's just fun. And the music is just, it could be that I'm partial. Maybe I had many lives back there in the Far East, but I just feel it in my body that it wants to uplift and bring more joy.
Yeah, I do think it's a very, very primal movement, and it doesn't take long to get it to start feeling natural. Your body just has to remember how to do it. It already knows how. It just may have forgotten.
Yeah, and I think that's really what, like when we talk about here about healing from the inside out, your body knows how to heal. And your body knows what's good for it. So it's whether or not you choose to allow yourself. So when it's like when you were sharing before about having some anxiety and knowing to go dance and move, and that released it. Right? Mm-hmm. It's like being tapped into your own inner guidance and knowing what's best for you.
Exactly. And just knowing how to change your state quickly when you're in a state that you prefer not to be experiencing. And I think dance and movement is just such an amazing way to do that.
Yeah. And I'm going to ask you, so let's just say there's somebody out there watching that has wanted to change their state, has been doing meditation or wanting to be more conscious of their, presence in their mind. How is it that you would say, what would you say to them right now to say that, yes, there's help?
Just move, do something. And I know that when we're in that state, that's kind of one of the last things we want to do. Just trust me, move for 5 minutes, do anything you want, like twirl around in circles, go on a fast walk. Dance, just to anything, just put on any music and dance, do some jumping jacks, just move for 5 minutes, and I promise you'll feel better afterwards. And that's one of those things too, it's like you have to actually experience it. So it's just that first time and you're like, okay, I just have to do this. It's just 5 minutes. It's not a big commitment. It's just 5 minutes. And then afterwards you will feel better. And I do encourage you, do a little test afterwards to see how you feel compared to before. And your brain will remember. Next time you feel that way, you'll be like, I remember last time I did some movement and I felt better. So it's just do it. No excuses. It's just 5 minutes. So that's my advice.
Yeah. And we weren't promoting Nike there on the Just Do It. We were just saying just
do it. That's actually a pretty tagline.
And I think when you look at a little kid, and if you allow a child to just be free, they want to be moving. They want to be exploring. They want to be testing. And that is a natural instinct in all of us. And as long as we sort of let go of the stuff we've learned that we're supposed to be sitting or thinking or, just all tight and stressed, and allow us to open up, then, beautiful things can happen, including healing. And it looks to me like belly dancing is, I see it anyways, over the last few years, it's just on a steady rise up in terms of an opportunity for women and men to get out and feel good about themselves, because it also probably affects people's self-image.
Oh, very much so. Very much. It's really incredible how healing it is, and how it helps you to really embrace your body and your body type. We're all different. And, the media nowadays, I mean, they're getting better. They definitely are. But, you know, a lot of the stuff that we were raised on, you know, the heroin chic thing and like that is completely unrealistic and actually really unhealthy. And we all come in different shapes and sizes. And we all have our own set point. That's like a healthy set point weight for us. And it's not necessarily like 100 pounds. You know, it's different for everybody. So finding that place where you feel your best is what's really important. And it's not necessarily going to look like what you see in the fashion magazines.
Right.
And the highly, highly airbrushed fashion magazines.
Yeah. No, I have two daughters, 22 and almost 18, and they're both totally different, right? So when they were younger, I realized, whoa, how could I even take one idea of what beautiful was? Because they were both totally beautiful, but in totally different ways. And then I had to look at myself and say, ooh, okay, so I can't be busy putting on the makeup sort of thing and changing and going to get my hair all highlighted, thinking that I don't look good enough, which is where I spent a lot of my years doing, right? Thinking I was never good enough on the outside. And so it was really by noticing the two of them and the beauty that they had was allowed me to see the beauty inside of me.
That's beautiful. You know, my partner likes to say, and I appreciate this so much, there are so many different ways to be beautiful. So many different ways.
Yeah, and let's just say that one more time and let everybody just open up and feel it, because there was so much energy there in just what you just said. So receive it and feel that comment just ripple through your body.
There are so many different ways to be beautiful. So let's celebrate all of them.
I think that's a beautiful way to end off.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here and sharing soul, love, dance with us.com. Catch your, get in on the 5-day challenge, and you can also go check out right now, right? Is your YouTube
there are free gifts up there. Free gifts, including the shimmy. So that's on there. And I want to thank you so much, Jacqueline, for doing this. This is so amazing. And I am so honored to be a part of it, and especially on the summer solstice, which is my favorite day. And I look forward to being a part of it in the future as well.
Absolutely. This has been great. Mwah. Thank you.
Thank
Good luck on the launch of your site.
Thank you.